8 years at $8 million per for Sam Bennett. He called it. He said he wasn't leaving during this week-long Stanley Cup party tour that they were on, and he's staying. The Panthers just announced it. 8 years times 8. He now joins his captain, Sasha Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, Seth Jones, Anton Lundell, Carter Verhaeghe, and Gustav Forsling, who are locked in until 2030 and beyond. The core of this team is locked up for the foreseeable future, and I'm not sure who the hell's going to beat them. What an incredible team. What an incredible signing. We heard the rumors about potentially Sam Bennett getting north of 9, potentially 10 million on the open market, but he said, screw that, I'm staying in Florida, and Florida made it work. And some people will question, well, is this a smart move? He's going to be, 35, 36 at the end of this deal? And what are they paying for? He's not very good in the regular season. It doesn't matter. They're playing for playoff Bennett. Paul Maurice said it during this past regular season where the Panthers were slumping heading into the playoffs. They were no longer in the race for the Atlantic Division. It was between the Leafs and Tampa. And he said, listen, I'm paraphrasing, but he goes, I'd rather have my guys healthy. It doesn't matter where we land. It doesn't matter who we play. And he was right. They finished third. They destroyed Tampa Bay. The Leafs somehow took them to 7 games. And then they swept the floor with Carolina again. And then, let's be real, they beat the brakes off Edmonton. Edmonton, they had a couple of good games, but once Florida turned it on the way that they did, it clearly showed who the best team in the NHL is. And it's basically the same team with Sam Bennett there now. They got to lock up Aaron Ekblad or Brad Marchand. We don't know what's going to happen yet, and we'll get to that. But Sam Bennett is a key piece of these guys. Let's go over his regular season numbers. But he did set a career high in assists with 26, 51 points, and a career high in power play goals with 7. But it's in the playoffs where this guy does his damage. He's built for the playoffs. Marchand said it. Players around the league say it. Paul Maurice has said it. That's why he won the Conn Smythe. He led all skaters with 15 goals. Scored 13 of 15 goals on the road. And if you look at the Panthers' past 3 playoff runs, only Sam Reinhart has more goals with 29 than Sam Bennett. 27 goals for Sam Bennett. He is a major piece. He is a major, major postseason player. And the reason why he got 8 million times 8, there is a bit of a cup tax there, but you're not just paying for regular season production. You're paying, for what he can do in the postseason. And Bill Zito knows exactly what he's doing. Any team would sign Sam Bennett. That's why there was rumors of him getting 10 million per. So after locking up Sam Bennett at 8 times 8, they now have $11 million in cap space remaining. They can play with $11 million. Now, do they give the lion's share to that to Aaron Ekblad? Do they give a portion of that to Brad Marchand? Do they move some bodies out so they can sign both? I don't know. You hear that Ekblad could be hitting the market. You're hearing the Leafs name being thrown out there. Utah. He wants to stay in Florida. He said he wants to be in Florida. I don't know how they're going to make it happen. But with $11 million, they can definitely sign one or the other. So it'll be interesting to see. But they do have Forsling. They do have Seth Jones. Mikola's there for another year. The back end's looking good. They got to obviously figure out what they're going to do with Nate Schmidt and a couple of these other guys, but they're in a good position. Their core is locked up. If they bring back Ekblad, I feel like he's probably a more important piece than Brad Marchand, who seems to want to get paid. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see with Florida, but don't put it past Bill Zito to do something extraordinary and somehow bring back both of those players and run it back once again. But the question I'm thinking of is not for this season, it's for next season. Because you have to sign Mikola to a deal. He's in his final year. And maybe the most important piece, maybe Sergei Bobrovsky is a free agent after this season. Bob's getting older. He's playing great, obviously. But do they extend him? Do they want to extend him? He might be the piece that either makes or breaks this thing. So Florida has a lot of things to do, but a major move for them in the offseason so far, right before Bennett's able to hit the free agent market. They sign him up 8 times 8. The no tax obviously comes into play. But if you play for Florida and you're a part of that system and the way that they play and how they operate, they're champions. That's a championship organization right now. That is, an A-class organization. Why the hell would you want to leave? And Sam Bennett said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. So Sam Bennett, 8 years times 8, stays in Florida. What's next for the Panthers? I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Is this a steal for the Panthers and just an all-around smart move, which I think it is? Or is it a bit of a Stanley Cup overpay? Let me know in the comments below.